legacy. Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Mel and PIP's in on this legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Get your popcorn, I know you need this medicine. Let's go.
What's going on, people? How you doing today on Little Friday? That's right, it's Little Friday to me. It's Thursday. You know what I'm saying? That good stuff. So, hey, special show. Anytime you see that legacy, you know we got a special guest coming on tonight. And actually, today we got two special guests. But we're going to rock it big time. So, look, make sure you just relax, enjoy the conversation. It's going to flow on and flow. So, without a doubt, we're going to go ahead and knock it out of the park. But before we get to the interview, we want to let everybody know where to find us. There we go. This is where you're going to find us, Mark and Will Show, pretty much across the board. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, you don't stop, Instagram. Twitch is Mark and Will Gaming. So go ahead and check it out. Also on our website, you see it at markandwillshow.com. Hey, and also, I'm telling you, this new group, this Facebook group page. Now, we got a page on there, but we got a group too that allow us to allow people to vote for our players of the week. So make sure you join that. That's popping. You know what I'm saying? That's basically got like 1,000 followers on there within a month. So make sure you go ahead and check that out because, you know, it's time to nominate, right? We got games. You know what I'm saying? Had some games today, tomorrow, Saturday. Make sure you do that. And you can nominate us. Just DM us. Make sure you include the stats and all this kind of stuff in the school. You know, don't hit little Ronnie just because he hit one little jumper in the game because that's not gonna make it. That's not gonna make it. So make sure you give somebody who deserves it. That's why our list is so long. Nobody does it like we do. We make sure we try to go ahead and go through all the stats and see what's going on, and it's based on the average. Now, if your kid got one game and he or she balled out, yeah, they got a great chance to go ahead and get on that. But look, don't hold no grudges either if your kid don't make it and their teammate do. So, hey, life's not fair. So it is what it is. So we keep moving on. Don't forget, FNC. Make sure you check that out. Friday Night Crew. That's not a sports show, but, I'm telling you, the topics is about what's going on in Louisville, what's going on in the world. We got a great crew that go ahead and dissects the world, so make sure you check that out. That's what it's all about. Don't forget gaming. Mark is dropping things on there. So look, Mark and Will Gaming Show is on YouTube channel, Mark and Will Gaming. Go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to tell you what, you guys on here right now, make sure all you guys subscribe, hit that like button, show love, because this is what we do. We don't just bring on Mel and PRP, we bring on everybody. We had some Larisha from Russellville last night. So make sure you guys show that love to us. Go ahead and log in and do what you got to do. Without further ado, I am joined tonight by Mr. 1K, Jack Edelen, Male High School. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing all right. I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, no problem. I'm telling you what, hey, I can tell why you're a floor leader, man. That's why I had to go ahead and name the show Floor Leader, because our conversation today turned so quickly. I said, oh, man, I can't miss the opportunity to go ahead and interview you. So I thank you for suggesting that. And so, hey, man, let's get it rolling, man. Let me ask you this: give us a little recap on the season for the male Bulldogs this year.
So far, probably about 2/3 of the way through the season. We started off. I think there was a ranking that came out, like some type of poll ranking that said that we have the toughest schedule in the state this year. So we started off like our record midway through. I think at the halfway point was like 10-10 or 10-9 or something like that. So our record doesn't really show, I think, what we're capable of. But we've been playing tough teams. We went down to Nashville and played 3 of the top teams down in Tennessee. We played GRC, the defending state champs, DeSales and Trinity right off the bat. So we have a really tough schedule. So I think you could look at the losses and kind of get discouraged. But I'm feeling really confident with what we got, especially going into the postseason, district and region, all of that. So I think we're definitely trending upward, and we haven't hit our peak yet. So it's definitely exciting.
Well, I had Michi on here, and we was talking, and
Big Meech.
yeah, talking about a lot of youth that's playing and things like that. You guys, meshing and come together. You guys had a remarkable LIT run.
Yes, sir.
No one thought you guys was going to make it to the final. You know what I'm saying? Probably not even
Yeah.
going to make it to past two games type stuff because
Right.
when people look at your record. Man, how was that experience basically from last year helped you guys for this year's LIT?
Yeah. So I think what you said, nobody really expected us to be that far, but I I I won the LIT my freshman year with Ballard, and I also won it last year with Male. So I had never lost in the LIT until that championship this year. Yeah, so it was kind of I'm used to like our team last year at Male and my team freshman year, we were like one of the top seeds. So if you're a top seed, you get a bye. The second round, you play a home game. So that's what I was used to. But we had the opposite. We had a first round game, we didn't get a bye, and then you have to go play Butler at Butler, which is a tough team. Coach Geary, he was my AU coach,
Okay.
um, 16U from Animal. So it was definitely a different experience. But I think those wins kind of helped us turn that corner, give us the confidence that we needed. I think Jason, our big kid, started playing much better after that. He got a confidence boost, had 30 in the championship against Ballard. So I think it's kind of like our football guys getting into it. A lot of guys getting more confidence. I think we're starting to turn that corner that we need to turn, and right at perfect time, in my opinion.
It seemed like, man, I think I saw, what y'all play, like 6 games in 7 days?
So we had 7 games in 9 days. We started off. We played, and it was a bunch of good teams. We on that Saturday before the LIT, we played Lex Cath, number 2 team in the state. Played Dawson the first round, Butler, Central, Western, and then Ballard. And then we had a game the next day after the LIT championship. We had Brown. So yeah, we got a long little stretch.
Yeah, big time. I mean, that right there. Uh, Coach Tim is not playing. He's trying to get you Bulldogs ready. I mean,
Yes, sir, for sure.
Tim, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Without a
Yes,
doubt.
sir.
So let me ask you this: like, like you said, you get you a lot of games in. Being a point guard and shooting guard, combo can do it all. And one of the leaders on the team. Can you see the improvement that you guys are making?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely can. I think it was kind of obvious in the beginning of the year that we didn't really have a lot of chemistry. I mean, me and Michi were the only 2 guys who played last year. Cole, he played last year, but I mean, he was an eighth grader, so like we literally only had 3 guys that dressed varsity last year. So it's just completely new team, no experience, all young guys. So I think it definitely took some time to mesh, but I think you can even see now, like I think you can see the correlation and how much better we're playing together is like off the court too. Like we're becoming closer off the court. Like we're starting to mesh as a team. So I think you can definitely see the difference in the beginning of the season and now.
Okay. Yeah, that's like I said, the growth is definitely there. Um, you know what? Let's get into some stuff. Opportunity to get to know a little bit about you, and then we'll come back up to
Yeah, for sure.
mail and things like that. So, how old were you when you started playing sports?
Started playing. I mean, I had a basketball in my crib, so my dad had me on that since I was born. But my earliest memory playing, I want to say probably like 3 or 4. Played in like a little upward, and then St. Matthew's Youth League. But I mean, I was going with my dad to practice every day since I was born. He'd always been coaching, so I just wanted to follow him.
I'm sure Danny had that ball stuck right there by you, without a doubt. Shout out to
Yeah.
Coach Danny. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well, big time.
Yes, sir.
What other sport? Did you play any other sports besides basketball?
Man, I tried football, I tried flag football, but I wasn't good at it. I kept running up through the middle. And everybody just kept taking my flag. They said you're supposed to run away from the people, but I just kind of kept running up through the middle. And then I think I played a little bit of soccer when I was little, but it wasn't really my thing. I did cross country when I was in elementary. I was a really good cross country runner. I was like top 5 in the state or something like that. But yeah, I like cross country in elementary, but kind of got all to basketball in middle school.
What youth league did you play in?
Like AAU.
No, youth like little league basketball. What?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did little league baseball like barely for like maybe not even a full season, so I couldn't even tell you that. But like basketball, I did St. Matthew's Youth League, like at Ballard and Wagner and stuff like that. But yeah.
Like I said, we always ask the people the same questions, and I already know this answer, but just to be fair to everybody else, we have a thing: was you an outside kid or inside kid? I'm gonna do this to you. Did Danny let you play inside?
I mean, we had that Nerf goal that we would dunk on. We broke one of those like once a week, so we had that. But yeah, we definitely want to play outside and go to the park or play games outside all the time. So
Let me ask you this: you said that the different sports you did. So how old were you when you knew that basketball was it for you?
I don't really remember. Like there's a lot of players who have they have like a specific moment where they're like, that's when I knew I loved basketball. I just remember like when I was young, I wanted to be around my dad all the time. So like it wasn't really like basketball caught my eyes. It was just that's what he was around all the time. So whatever dad's doing, I want to be going to do that too. So I would just follow him to practice. Uh, I I'd start to know the players and like they were my role models. That's actually why I wear number 5. My favorite player for his team in North Oldham, his name was Casey, and he was my favorite player. Wore number 5, so that's why I always wear number 5.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What middle school did you attend?
I went to Barrett. So I went to Barrett for 3 years. Then I graduated and I reclassed. Me and my little brother, we both reclassed, and I went to collegiate for a year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Now, when you was at Bird, man, you had some heavy hitters.
Yeah. So we went 30-0 our 6th grade year. I think we only lost one game 7th grade, and then we went undefeated our 8th grade year. So we won 3 state championships in a row.
Let people know who was on your team with you in middle school.
Man, so you probably half of them were in that regional championship game last year. We had me, Gabe Sis, DJ Tilford, who was on Ballard, Big Selah, Miles Franklin, who plays for Ballard right now. Trying to think who else. Jaden Schuler, who's over Fern Creek. But yeah, we had some guys, and then Caden Stanton, he was there when I was in 7th grade. I'm trying to think who else. Dominic Verbancic.
Mm.
So yeah, we had a whole bunch of dudes.
Yeah, you just named a lot. Shout out to Big Selah. What's going on, man? Take care of
Say,
business. Take care of business. So, okay, strictly basketball in middle school, collegiate. So, how was that experience?
yeah, it was
Going
definitely it was definitely different. It was kind of like a last minute decision to kind of do it. But that year I couldn't play sports because I had already graduated middle school. So like they said, like your clock starts as soon as you graduate. So I only had 4 years, but it was definitely a different experience. It was different in every aspect you can imagine. Like it was my first time having steak for lunch. Like they had steak for lunch in the cafeteria. Yeah, so I mean, it's just a totally different vibe. I mean, the teaching is different. There were 9 kids in my English class. I'm used to having like 30.
right, right.
So, but I mean, the teaching's way different. I love the classroom aspect of it. Like, I mean, a lot of people don't like smaller classes. It's harder to hide, but like I like getting relationships with my teachers and stuff like that. But I mean, I met a lot of good friends over there, and it was a great experience.
Anybody who is watching who will watch this, make sure and you Louisville Collegiate, DM me so I can come over for lunch. I like steak too. If y'all still give that out, definitely just let me know when it's steak day. I have steak days every day. Just let me know, big time. That is a nugget right there that you dropped on that one. So,
You can go multiple times. You can go back as many times as you want.
oh man.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
mean,
already know.
whew, jeez. All right. So when did you start playing AAU?
AAU, we started Go Hard in the Paint when I was in like kindergarten, first, second, like very young. It was Coach Schuler was coaching us. It was me and Jaden Schuler, Jaden Rogers, who was at Fern Creek, Devin Perry. We had a whole bunch of dudes on that too. So we started when we were little.
What and okay. So tell us, right? Give us a rundown of all the AAU programs that you have played for.
Yeah, so I started off with Go Hard in the Paint, and we kind of like I want to say up until like 6th or 7th grade, we went over to Manimal with Coach Mays over there in Marion County. And then after Manimal, well, I took a break. Like that COVID year, I didn't play AAU, so that was my freshman year going into sophomore year summer. So and then that next year I hurt my foot, so I was out for that whole AAU season. So I didn't play again until 17U really, and I played for Hawks Elite with Coach John. He's over at Ballard. He's from so that's a team out of Alabama, which is where he's from. So I played with him this past summer.
Um, Let me ask you this, Jack. How did and how does AAU help you?
I think like that, not really back in the day, but I mean before AAU kind of blew up. I mean the only way you got kind of seen was through your high school. Like there'd be coaches coming to high school games all the time. It's not really as common now. But I think AAU just gives everybody a chance. It's a great opportunity. Some of those events that go on, like those tournaments that happen for you to get yourself seen, that you can't really get if you're at a high school, like during basketball season, when colleges, they're going through their season too. So I think it's really just a recruiting thing. Traveling around the country, you get to network, meet new people. It's just a great opportunity. But yeah.
Okay, so after collegiate, um, what high school did you go to, and what made you go to that high school?
So I went to Ballard. I kind of already decided I wanted to go to Ballard, but then that last minute decision happened. But yeah, I went to Ballard for my freshman and sophomore year. My dad actually coached with Coach Renner on that '99 state championship team. So Coach Renner was kind of like my dad's mentor as a coach, and I always looked up to him. I was going to his camp since I was like 5 years old. I was always going to the Ballard camp. So Coach Renner, Coach Willis, Coach Huff, Coach Seal, those are all still my guys. We still talk all the time. So it was just opportunity to go there. I knew a lot of people going there, and obviously their history and record speaks for itself.
Yeah, big time. Powerhouse, Ballard. Shout out to Ballard. So what made you come to that purple and gold?
Come to the H. I mean, my mom was assistant principal ever since I was like 1 or 2 years old. So I grew up going to Mill games. I remember I used to make like my favorite players. I would make them like purple and gold bracelets for the game, and they would like wear them and stuff. So I was always around Mill in the school building in the summer when my mom was working. I'd always be in the gym shooting. So I actually have a picture. It's up on that wall over there of me and Cole wearing a jersey. We're both wearing 22, which was yes on this too.
Oh
When
yeah,
we're little, weren't yeah, because my dad was number 22 when
right.
he was here. Yeah, so we just always grew up around male. So it was usually when you transfer, you have to sit out a year because the transfer rule. But I had hurt my ankle the previous year, so that kind of wasn't really a factor. But I mean, I love Ballard. I still talk to everybody from Ballard.
Right,
But I think it was really just an opportunity to be with my family, to be with my mom for my last 2 years, be able to have the opportunity to play with Cole.
right.
That's just something you just can't replace. So it was just that opportunity that made me want to go
Let,
there for my past 2 years.
let me ask you this: how was that transition? I mean, definitely, basketball is kind of different, than football as far as that. A lot of you guys go to, play AAU and different stuff. So let me see. Hopefully, Jack will come back on. There we go.
You see me?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. A lot of AAU, you guys are playing and you go to different schools. So you're playing against a lot of people that, maybe consider your brother and stuff like that. Like I said, football is different. So, but how was that transition from Ballard to Male?
It was definitely it was I think it was just different so like socially in the fact because I had reclassed a grade, so I was like even starting at Ballard, I was in a grade with the kids who were always younger than me growing up. So it was just different in that aspect. But I mean, it was cool like coming back because I went to Barrett, so like most of the Barrett kids go to Male anyway. So it was cool kind of seeing those people I hadn't seen in a while, and catching back up with them. But I think it was definitely a transition. I mean, Ballard's a great school and Mill's a great school. I think just like they're just very different.
Right.
So it's definitely just different ways that they do just everything. But I think I adjusted well and I liked it and I missed being around all my friends and stuff like that. But I mean, basketball wise, I think they're totally different too. I didn't really know a lot of the guys there, so it took me a minute to get to know them. But I mean, I love it at Mill. So
Hey, Jack, how would you describe your game?
how can I describe my game?
Hmm.
Man, I don't really know, to be honest. I guess I'm nah, I'm joking. I think I think the first thing for me is just like IQ, just being smart. Like I watch a ton of film. Um, I study scout reports. Like I know a lot of the top players in the city. So I think a lot of it for me is like preparation and just being smarter than just the average player. I do like a whole routine before the games. I make sure I'm talking, and I think just a point guard in general, you need to be kind of a step ahead than everybody else on the court just to have that advantage. You just need to. But I think I can definitely score when I need to. But I mean, I've been taught since I was little just to make the right play. So I like playing with high IQ players. I like the ball moving. I just like high level basketball. So that's kind of how I like to play. I like to play fast. Um, I can get to the rim, pass, shoot. But yeah,
Let me ask you this: how much, a lot of kids don't get exposed to a lot of studying films and things like that. How much being around your dad and him knowing, being a great coach and a very, one of the great players and stuff like that, male and period, and knows what he's doing. How much did that help you in your game? Because a lot of people's not exposed to that. I don't have a father who's a great coach and is able to break down things.
right. I mean, I think what you said. I think just with him, with me being around him since I was little, and just watching how he studies the game and uh, just teaches and stuff. I think it made me think in a way. Like I see things that normal players don't see. Not that I'm thinking about it in a different way, but that's just the way I was around it since I was little. If that makes sense.
Right.
So I just noticed defenses. I noticed tendencies of players, but I think that's helped me a lot. He watches. Sometimes I don't even like watching film with him because he likes to stop it like every 5 seconds, and I always get mad at him when we get in a fight. But like yeah, he studies it like all day and night. When we were in like literally fifth grade, he was going out to scout other teams. And I'm like that. They're like 9 years old. Like why are you going to scout when they're like? But yeah, he
Daddy,
definitely he definitely studies the game all the time.
I know that's good stuff. What college or NBA player, man, that you love and enjoy watching, that you like try to take bits and pieces of their game to for your game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my favorite player is D'Lo, D'Angelo Russell. My dad coached him when he was at Central. My dad was over at Central at the same time D'Angelo was there. So he actually, him and his brother Tone, they played for my dad, and they asked me to work his camp every summer since he started having it. So I kind of got to pick his brain as I got older and just learn bits and pieces from him. So I definitely look up to him a lot. Um, and I definitely try to pick a bunch from his game. I don't think we play very similar in my opinion. He's kind of like he goes at a very like slow speed, and it's so smooth, lefty. I'm more like fast pace, shoot it. But I mean, we're just very different. But I think you can still always pick from guys like that. But I like other players. I like Chris Paul a lot. He's the king of the pick and roll. So I just like just high IQ guys like that. I always love watching.
Yeah, that's good stuff. How confident are you before the games, man, that you know you're going to take care of business?
Man, I definitely get nervous for every game. Like I'm not one of those guys who like only gets nervous for big games. Like I get nervous on any game, just like a good nervousness. I would say, but I think I'm still confident. I think my confidence kind of comes from like how much preparation I put in for that game. Like how much, like if I'm consistent with the work that I've put in, I don't think there's any reason to worry. I mean, sometimes the crowd doesn't get to you, or like just the atmosphere, you get kind of nervous or whatever. But I mean, I feel like my confidence is always pretty high, just because I know I put in the work and the preparation.
When you're on the floor, man, what are you focusing on? I mean, being the floor general, being one of the seniors and stuff like that. What are you focused on when you playing?
You say while you're on the floor, what am I focusing on? Man, a lot. I mean, you wanna focus on yourself first. Like you want to try to see like kind of feel the flow of the game and what you can do to just create situations and affect the game in general. But I mean, I think as a point guard and just our team in general this year, like I feel like we have to be able to win, we have to do a lot of the small things, like the small detailed things. Like we don't have Caleb and Dez, like just these guys you can just throw out there and just
Right.
be better than a lot of the teams. So I think we really have to be intentional about what we're doing. Like even just talking on defense, sliding, jumping to the ball whenever it swings, like just little stuff like that. It's just things that start to become routine, but you still think about it in the game. But I mean, as a point guard, I like to make sure everybody's in the right spot, everybody knows what they're doing, And then this year, a big role for me that I'm trying to like force myself in, not really force, but like just take it up a notch is just being a leader and encouraging others. Like this year is uh, I've learned the most where like you, as far as being a coach, like you have to coach guys differently. Like there might be one guy who I might be able to yell at and he might be able to bounce back, but there might be another guy who I need to go put my arm around and be like, it's all right, like
Right.
you'll be fine next play type of thing. So I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned this year. Is just learn how to encourage and motivate other players, just to bring their energy up, just to bring their confidence up, anything. So those are kind of the things that I'm doing or thinking
And you
about
know,
in the game.
you know what, and that leads into the actually the other question I was going to ask you, like about you know what learning experience from last year did you take towards this season? You know what I'm saying? What have you learned from last season that you like? Okay, even though we know there's different teams, there's different players, but what key thing or several things that you took from last year? And you're like, okay, I can apply this now, especially the tournament runs that you guys are used to making, that you've been making since high school at Ballard and Male.
Right.
You can go ahead and tell these youngsters, hey, that this is what we need to do.
Yeah, I think like when you're a freshman or sophomore, you always hear it. Like even from like older guys, they'll try to give advice, but it doesn't really sink in until you're in a situation. But I would say the biggest thing I've learned is to just have like a sense of urgency. Like to just have like when I was a freshman, I didn't really have that sense of urgency. I'm like, I got 3 more years. But then like you look up and I don't play my sophomore year because my foot, and then last year went by really quick. So I'm already in my senior year. It feels like I was just a freshman. And you always hear guys who are older than you tell you that it goes by quick. But I mean, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I took for granted. So just kind of playing with a sense of urgency, paying attention to all the small details in practice. I think that's what separates the great teams. It's like the small details matter. Like I think last year we kind of not really we mostly relied on our talent, but I think we could have been a little slow like the first quarter, second quarter, and picked it up in the second half and still been fine. But I don't think this year we don't have that margin for error that we could have had last year.
Let me ask you this: what Jack? What's your favorite part of the game?
My favorite part of the game, winning for sure. I like winning. I like the crowds, just the energy. Uh, I like the bonds that you create, the networking, just the people who you would only know if you play basketball like around the city when you go out to an AAU game and you know everybody there just because you've been playing basketball your whole life. So just that type of thing.
That's good stuff. Um, what do you feel you need to work on or need to improve about your game?
I'm probably my biggest critic, so I feel like I can improve on a lot of things. But like I said, I try to improve my talking every day. I feel like I wasn't like I'm not naturally vocal, so I think that's a big thing I need to work on. But I think for the next level, I'm gonna have to be able to one like be able to play 32 minutes if I need to, and then be able to be in shape. Like being a small guard like I am, you have to be able to apply pressure on the ball at all times. Like just if your shot's not rolling, you have to be able to bring something else to the table. So I think for me, I've always kind of because I've shot it well, I've been relied on as like a scorer. But like at the next level, point guards, yeah, you can be a scoring guard, but like what if your shot's not on? Can you still affect the game in some way? Can you still find some way to impact?
Let me ask you this, man. I wasn't blessed with a brother, but how is it playing with your brother, man? How is that, man? He was playing with him last year. He was coming up the rank. You've been playing with him, things like that. But playing with him on this type of level of sports, man, how's that feel?
Man, I hate it. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. That's my boy. It's definitely such a cool experience. Like I can't even explain to you the feeling that I get. Like when I think about it, I think in a moment it's harder to appreciate it. But like I know that like when I look back, I'll be like, wow, that's really cool. I mean, we didn't really play. I mean, we played together when we were little, but like I didn't really get the opportunity to play with him until this last year. So like we definitely have our brother moments where like I try to there in the GRC game he tried to like push me because I was getting on him about something, but he was like 0 for 11 that game, and he was just in a bad mood with us, whatever. But
Right.
we definitely have those brother moments on the floor where we're like arguing and in practice and stuff. But like I also know like I just feel a different comfort level when he's on the floor because I know his IQ is just as high as mine. So like a lot of times like you'll see when we get into a rhythm, like he'll know where I'm at on the floor and know where to hit me, how to hit me, and I don't know where he's at. So we kind of like feed off each other's energy. I think in that Western game, I think when we went on that 11-0 run at the very jump, he hit that first three, and then he hit me for the next two threes. So we're just kind of feeding off each other's energy, type of thing like that. But yeah, it's definitely just a surreal feeling. Wave 3 did the interview on us after that Western game, and they had us both like do an interview together. So that was the first time we kind of got interviewed together. So it was just a cool experience.
That's good stuff. Also, we can't leave Dad. Dad's on the bench and stuff too, man. How
Yeah, for sure, for
whole
sure.
family affair, man. How was that experience? I mean, I know you've been around your dad. You know what I'm saying, different spots and stuff like that. You got Dad on the bench with you. You got your brother, man. How was that whole thing, man? I mean, that's different too.
Yeah, it's like a thing you see in the movies. I mean, you got my mom's assistant principal, my dad's coaching, I got my brother playing with me. So it's definitely just like a full circle, just a cool family moment at all times. I think that's the biggest reason I came to Mill was to have that opportunity. But yeah, I mean, my dad coaching, it feels like old times because he coached me in middle school. I still have my moments with him too, the same way I have with Cole, where I'll be getting mad at him. But nah, it's definitely fun. I'm definitely trying to soak it all in while I can because I know these moments don't last. So
Right, that's good stuff. That's good. What are some of the things you like to do? Fun things you like to do besides playing basketball and looking at film, all that stuff. What other kind of stuff you like to do?
yeah, I mean, I don't really get out. I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't get out a lot, but I've never been like a partier type of guy. But in the summertime, I like to golf. I got into golfing during COVID just because at one point that was like the only thing that they let you do. So I kind of got into golf during that time. But probably just hanging out with my friends. Like I like going. Me and Selah, we would go lift at Planet Fitness every day after school. Last year after the season was done. So just hanging out with my friends. I have a small group that I like to hang out with, but just hanging out with them no matter what it is.
All right. For the people who do not know, name us a couple of bulldogs that people may not know about, but they will know about soon. Or should know about.
Like future, like young guys.
It could be a senior that you think might gonna have a nice tournament run, a junior, whoever.
Okay. Guys to know about. I mean, definitely Jason. I mean, he just solidified himself in the LIT. I think people kind of got his eyes on him after that. But I mean, he's only a sophomore. Like he's just not. It's his first year playing. We have a kid named Keyshawn, who's a big guy, probably like 6'7",
Mm.
not really grown into his body yet. But I mean, we have a lot of young guys. Our freshman team is really loaded.
What grade is he
What'd
in?
you say?
What grade is
He's a,
he?
he, he's a sophomore. Yeah, him and Jason, they're both sophomores, so both kind of bigger guys. But I mean, Keyshawn's improved a ton since the beginning of the season. I'm trying to think who else. Who else? What young guys? Oh, Terrence. Yeah, Terrence. Terrence is a junior, but I mean, he's already played some big minutes. I think. I just think Mayo always has a ton of athletes. Like I don't think it's ever gonna run out. I mean, you look at guys like I mean, even Max. I mean, next year he's gonna have to play a bigger role. Antonio. Yeah, I mean,
My guys. But hold on,
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna make a little. I'm gonna make it a little easier for you. That's why I do, because I understand that a lot of there's certain players and different stuff. So we're just gonna have a little fun right now. Who is the best free throw shooter on the team?
Man, it was me last year. I've been struggling, but I think Cole shoots the best percentage. But I mean, I still think it's me. Like if it was me and him 1-on-1, I think it'd still be me. Percentage wise, I think he's leading this year. But if you had a bet, you probably want to go with me. You know what
Uh,
I'm saying?
who's the best rebounder?
I think best pure rebounder. I would say Michi. I think Jason averages a little bit more, but I mean Michi just has rebounds like he just like man rebounds. He just goes up and gets them. Like late in the game, he's going to get that thing. There was one game he had 14 and 13 rebounds.
All that, yeah,
Yeah,
take care of business. Who's the best defender on the team?
I think we have a lot of good defenders. I would say probably Max when he's locked in. Um, I think Michi's a great defender too. I feel like I can defend whenever I want to, just stand in front. But yeah, I would probably say most intense, probably Max.
Who's the best 3-point shooter on the team? Ooh,
I want to say me, but it probably is. It probably is Swaggy, Coley Swag.
okay, okay. Who is most likely to be a coach on the team?
Man, definitely Michi. I just came from their JV game. He was over there coaching on the bench. He was helping BB coach on the bench over there yelling at him. They called a timeout, and Michi was yelling at him.
Yeah, yeah. He,
For
and
sure.
and that's what he said when he answered, big time. So I knew that big time. So I wanted to follow up with that and see what's going on. All right, so let's have a little bit more fun, man. Let's see what's going on. Let's check some stuff out real quick. All right, cool. Batman or Superman? Who you rolling with?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch any of these movies. Let's go with Batman.
Tacos or pizza? What you got?
Pizza, pizza, 100%. Pepperoni too.
There we go. John Moran, Jason Tatum. Who you rolling?
Ja, Ja for sure.
PlayStation, Xbox.
I got PlayStation. I don't play it, but I still got PlayStation. So let's go ahead and go with PlayStation.
Okay. Little Dirk, little baby.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Baby. I do like Dirkio though. Dirkio's tough.
Okay. Beats by Dre or AirPods?
AirPods for sure. AirPods, 100%.
Android, iPhone.
iPhone. Come on now.
Well, you know what? I think we're probably like 98%. I think somebody on here had an Android, but it was probably like a coach. So
What do you got?
huh? What you
I
say?
said, what do you got?
Oh, we rolling with the iPhone all day, baby.
Okay, okay,
We on
okay.
we on that Mac Pro right now. Yeah, we
Okay.
good. Yeah, ain't no problem.
I thought you might have been a Samsung guy.
No sir, no sir. No,
Okay, okay.
no about Chipotle.
Qdoba.
Jimmy John's Penn Station.
Oh my gosh, I don't really like neither to be honest. Let's go with. Wait, can Penn Station? Can you heat up the sandwich?
Oh yeah, they heat they.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then definitely Penn Station. I hate Jimmy John's
What,
out the
what's up? What's
door.
up? What's up? You rolling with, man? What's up,
I'm
station?
kind of boring. I'm kind of boring. I don't really like a lot of stuff on my thing. I'm not as bad as Cole. Cole just gets turkey and bread, and that's it. But
But
I get, I get extra turkey, extra bacon, extra cheese, and I get salt, and pepper on it. So kind of plain, but
okay. But I mean, like, what restaurant, what chain you go to? Since you don't eat none of those, which one you go to?
probably. What do you mean, like in general, or like
Subway,
sandwich?
Subway,
Probably Subway.
like a restaurant. Subway is where you go at.
Yeah, Subway. Yeah.
All right, so check this out, man. This right here, it's gonna let me know a little bit about you, man. For real. This is Mark and I, we cook and everything else. And this right here is always a tough decision. A lot of the youngsters go with one, so we're gonna see if this follow through. Drums or flats, man. What you rolling with?
Drums.
Oh, yeah, man. You can come back anytime, man. You can come back. We drums, man. We come back anytime. All that other stuff, it is what it is. It's for the birds. We gotta get that meat on
Yeah,
out of that.
for
All right, before
sure.
before we get you out, man, we're gonna give you the opportunity to thank everybody who's played a very important role in your sports journey, in your life, period. The floor is yours.
Oh yeah, for sure. First, I gotta shout out my mom, just 'cause I told her I would. So I love you, mom. Definitely a big motivation for everything I do, and you're beautiful. Um, but shout out to everybody. Shout out to my dad. Been there since day one, even when I didn't wanna play. Sometimes he's always been there, giving me confidence, getting on me when I need it. Shout out to my AAU coach, Coach John, Coach Hayworth, Coach Renner, all the male and ballot staff, all my teammates. Yeah, and all my close friends too. They've helped me through some tough times, get me through some things. Shout out to Coach Schuler, my godfather. Used to be at Fern Creek. I've been knowing him since I was little. But yeah, yes
Let me,
sir.
Jack. Let me ask you this real quick. What's it gonna take for the Bulldogs to win tomorrow, man? You got a big game tomorrow. You got Mel and Ballard, man. What's it gonna take for you guys to revenge that loss?
Man, I think we have a really good game plan. Our coaching staff has done a great job since the season started, getting the scout reports and film and shoot around, scout team and all that stuff. So I think we've been very organized, very prepared for this game. So I think it's really just execution and just kind of with a big atmosphere like Mirror Ballad always is, just kind of staying calm, not letting anything no runs get too big, and kind of stay composed and all that stuff. But I think the main thing is just confidence.
All right, man. Good luck. Now, definitely, you know what? It's so funny because I do have planned to go to the LIT tomorrow for the girls, but I think I might go early and sneak out to the homeland, the motherland, the Bulldog.
Yeah, you definitely need to. You got
Bulldog,
to be there for that.
for real, for real. Hey, man, thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate you. Much love.
Yes, sir.
Success. Do what you do. Tell your brother I say he's next.
Yes, sir, for sure. Yes, sir.
Thank you,
I
Jack.
appreciate you having me on. Yes, sir.
No problem. Hey, man, that's what we do. Hey, Jack's a baller. Congratulations for your 1,000 point. You know what I'm saying? Many more to come. I know you're doing your thing. So let's go on and do this. We got another guest coming on, but let's go ahead and see if we can get some updates and different stuff like that. So I know we had the women that was playing Wake Forest a little earlier. I think the game started at 6. They lost 68-57. Um, I was watching some of that before we started doing the show, and inconsistency. Um, you got to get the defense together. You got to have some scores. You got to have more options. And right now, Haley cannot be the only one. And Carr's a great 3-point shooter. Just got to do more. You know, when you have a lot of these transfers, they got to get to the used to stay. I know we keep saying the same thing, but I don't know. A lot of turnovers, a lot of not knowing what you need to do, going through the motion. Got to get that rocking and rolling. I know that Coach JP, how you doing? Sis, I hope everything's going well. I know y'all going to get back on track. Coach Walls is definitely going to do that. So, hey, uh, tough loss tonight, but we'll see. They'll bounce back. They'll bounce back. Last night, whew, I think this, I don't know, is this score right? Hold on. Louisville lost to Boston College 75-65. Man, they looked okay at first. They was doing a little something at first, right? But when you got the same guys doing turnovers, dribbling behind their backs when they shouldn't be, Jalen Withers, yeah, you look at, yeah, he had 16 points or something like that, but keep doing the same thing, man. Nobody want to see all that. Like, you need to go ahead and start playing these young guys, man. Ain't nobody want to see the same guys make the same turnovers. I will heads off to LLs. Yeah, he makes turnovers. He play hard, but his assist is going up and things like that. But can somebody else join him? And can somebody else tell me where is Curry? 10 points, 4 rebounds. Come on, man. You was getting that playing 6, 7, 8 minutes last year. You completely fell off. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. That's mind-boggling to me. How you come in your senior year out of shape? What's going on? Then there's no repercussions. Like, why are you not playing these young dudes? I know you just got somebody just signed. You should have just threw his butt out there. Let him do what he got to do. It don't make sense to me. You guys is 2-18, the worst team ever. But the talent is there. But I will say this, y'all know what I say. You gotta have some guards. You don't got no guards, man. My man can't do it by himself. Everybody I heard a little bit talking about, but they play Payne and he play Reed. Yeah, yeah. Payne son don't need to be playing on minutes. We know that right now. Get Reed out there. Get Fabio. I'd rather those guys do turnovers and learn. Because if those guys decide to come back, and y'all heard what I said, decide to come back, then you ain't starting over again. They used to playing competition. Right now, you got guys getting in there that's not even going to be on the team next year. And you got to hope that you can go ahead and give Mike James an NIL deal or something to keep him. Dude is nice. He's a youngster, first time play. Why not play Reed, the guy you just got, Fabio, man? Come on, man. All I know is this must have been a secret deal that we have no idea, meaning that nothing matters this year. You can do whatever you want because there's no way the competitiveness will allow you to see that garbage that goes on. And a lot of times that can be corrected, guys. All you gotta do is have more than one guard on your roster. You got two, you don't want to play one, then you got to walk on that. It is what it is. You can get some guards at Louisville. You ain't gotta get 5-star guards. You get somebody who knows the game. Go to these local schools and get you one of them dudes, two of them dudes. You got some guys out here that can play ball, that knows the game, that plays better than some of these guys who's already at Louisville. Why not? If that's what you're gonna do, rebuild it for real. Go get it. Man, we go to these games, we see players. I'm not even gonna throw these names out there. Game 6. You can go get some people who's gonna be solid, who's gonna have confidence in themselves. We just had a point guard on the show. You got Jack, you got Trent, you got all these guys, man. Get them an opportunity because what we seeing, come on, man. You can't win with one guard playing 40 minutes at all. Disgusting. Totally disgusting. Sick of it. All right. My guest is ready to come on, but you know what? I want to go ahead and do this NBA. Let's do a little NBA rundown real quick because I might do. I'll probably do a little NFL with him, so we can have a little fun with that. You know how we do. Come on now. So NBA. Let's go on and hit them scores from yesterday, which was January the 25th. Can't believe January is almost over with. Magic beat the Pacers 126 to 120. The 76ers beat the Nets 137 to 133. The Wizards beat the Rockets 108 to 103. You got the Bucks beat the Nuggets 107 to 99. Pelicans lose to Timberwolves 111 to 102. Hawks beat Thunder 137 132. Grizzlies lose to the Warriors 122 to 120 on Poole's last second layup. Trailblazers beat the Jazz 134 to 124. You got the Raptors beat the Kings 113 to 95. You got the Lakers beat the Spurs 113 to 104. Did want to say real quick, we have, I think they naming the All-Star, the people who made the All-Star teams, and I'm trying to get a little breakdown on this for you guys while I got you on here. I don't want to see that. That's not good. I know that. Okay. Of course, LeBron James in the West. You got Zion Williamson. You got the Joker, Stephen Curry, Steph Curry, and Luka Doncic. Also on the East starters, you got Greek Freak, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, and your own Louisville Cardinal, Donovan Mitchell. So congratulations on that, big time. So let's see. Let's get my guy on here. We're gonna talk a little bit. Get family on here. What's going on? What's up? What's up, famo? How you doing?
Hey,
You doing all right?
man, excellent, excellent, man. Look, I'm getting old, man. I had to take a nap to make the 850 appearance, bro.
Hey man, you know what? The crazy thing is, because you know I was gonna have you on a little earlier, but man, Jack fell in my hand. I was talking to Jack Edelen. He's like, "Hey, I can do it today. I'm scheduling something for next week." He's like, "Well, let's do it today. We got a big game tomorrow against Bell." I said, "Okay, let's go, young buck." I like that
Hey,
into you. Yeah, so I had to push you back a little bit, but it's
no
gonna be
problem.
worth your while. So what I want to do right now, I want to go ahead and talk about this, what you got going on. Then we're gonna go ahead. You're gonna help me preview the NFL games this weekend. Okay? You got a little
Bet.
time. You ain't gonna go sleep on me, are you?
I'm up, man. I already took my naps. I'm here
Okay,
all day. Plus, I got your one of your favorite beverages in my
okay,
glass.
okay,
Happy
okay.
birthday to the general, the hardest working man in social local
Hey,
social media.
hey, brother, trying to do it. First of all, man, thank you, Kwani, thank everybody who showed out for me on Monday, man. That meant so much, man. There was much love, and I love that, man. That's what
Well
family
deserved.
do. So I appreciate you. So we got something going on right now. We got 828 Athletics, Humble Beats Leadership, right? So let me ask you this: how did this come about? And explain what's 828 Athletics, because I know you got the clothing line and stuff like that. So give us a whole breakdown on what's going on, man.
Yeah, that's a great question. So those of you that know me know I do a lot. 828. It's actually Kwani, my wife's favorite scripture, Romans 8:28. All things work for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. So when we look to expand and start, our own separate business, we wanted to build our brand around that scripture. So everything we've done from a business perspective have been branded around that scripture. And I have a real good business partner in George Duran who's helped. He designed the logo and he's an integral part of that. But 828 Apparel's been around for a while, and if you also know me, you know that I like to serve, I like to coach, I like to give back to the youth. I've served as a youth minister at my church. I have served as a Christian education superintendent at my church,
Right,
believe it or not, and I've always been involved with the youth. So, um, just with all of those various activities, we had Humble Beats going before COVID,
right,
where we would get youth together and we would really center around not just athletics, but the vision was to also pour into young athletes and teach them leadership. And we would feed them, we would give them workouts. We had a basketball team, believe it or not, at one point.
okay,
And so, as I get older, your capacity to do more is less.
right,
So it just came to me one time, hey, let's just streamline all of this. Let's put it all together and make it easier to serve. Let's take the servant, let's take the coach, let's take the businessman and just bring it all together. Why not have the Humble Beast program under the 828 umbrella, the athletics program? That way it's easier for me to serve in all capacities instead of being pulled in so many directions. So that's kind of that's the genesis of the vision right there,
okay,
was to bring it all under one umbrella, make it easier to do all the above under one. And God has really been tugging on me this year to get back in and serving through Humble Beast, and so it just made sense.
right, right, right. Hey, you know what? I love that, man. I love that, bro. For real, that's good stuff. And you know what? As you go around social media and different things, you see our friends, our family. You see different people doing things, using the platform how social media should be used, and we're all doing it different, right? And it's great, right? So let's go ahead. If you got things you got to do, let's do what we need to do to give back to these youth, to give back to the humans. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's lost. So I love that. I love what you explaining the vision and all that kind of stuff, man. That's great. So right now this athletics. You got a 7-on-7. You got some stuff going on that you know what I'm saying, because otherwise the other vision type disappear that you're touching with. I'd have put you on the FNC. So I want to get you on the athletic stuff. So what's going on with what you got going on with this 7-on-7 sign ups?
Man, so let me tell you about this. So this is just everything coming together. So from an athletics perspective, there are a lot of things beyond just the 7-on-7. But all know that I'm a coach at Atherton High School.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, my boy Coach White,
Coach White.
Anthony White, head coach, big dog, man. That's my boy, man. And he came to me. Hopefully he don't kill me. I ain't breaking no news, but he came to me and said, "Hey, coach, you did such a great job with the defense. I'd like to see you do, come back on the offensive side of the ball and do something similar." And part of that means I'm going back to being a quarterbacks coach, a positions coach.
Mhm.
And to keep it 100, man, I got two young guys, man, that I'm excited about. at the quarterback position. So while the mission number one is to be able to pour into kids and teach them leadership, you know, I'll be transparent and saying part of it is to be able to take my two guys, man, and surround them by some talent from some other schools, get some work with them, start early in the spring, get extra reps out on the 7-on-7 circuit, and just get them some work. Start teaching them how to read through progressions, letting them see the game at a different speed and a different space and from a different perspective. So part of it, selfishly, is to help get those two guys developed. And so with that, I'm looking for 10 to 15 kids in the area, and I'm not talking about guys from our school. I need 10 to 15 guys
Right.
that can come and want to get some work, that want to get on the circuit for a cheap price. You can't beat it. $250 to go
Yeah,
play in them tournaments.
you can't beat
Can't
that.
beat it.
Can't beat.
Can't beat it, man. And to get some reps, man, to help my guys get better. That's part of the reason. And while we're doing it, I'm also gonna make provisions with these trips. We're gonna have some leadership sessions. We're gonna learn. I'm a big Tim Kite guy. If you haven't heard of Tim Kite, go follow him. He is one of the great leadership teachers, not only in the sports world, but also in the business world. He teaches a thing called R Factor that changed my life. I am every week going back and looking at some of the R factors. E plus R equals O. If you've played for me, you've heard me say it. But we're going to teach that stuff. We're going to see some colleges while we're out, and we're going to get some reps. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get better together.
That's good stuff. I don't know if you guys heard what he said. You know how many guys he's looking for. He said he's not looking for 30. He's not looking for 40. So what he's saying, he's looking for a core group where he's gonna get that work in. And as much as he wants to go ahead and showcase his two, he's gonna showcase your talent. So everybody's gonna play, right? So you're gonna get out there, get the work in. Also, get a great message. Nothing like listen to a great message, right? So, and that's a lot of things that's missing. So, you talking about leadership, you talking about mentorship, you talking about learning, going on trips, campus trips, all that kind of stuff. Um, this is what is needed for the youth, right? We don't need to spearhead and have a 75 people at one. Spread it out. There's plenty of love. There's plenty of tournaments. You know, I'd rather be playing than not playing and mad and everybody fussing and stuff like that. So don't be shy. Don't and that's the thing about it. Do not be this is my message to all the youth. Do not be afraid to be uncomfortable.
Amen. I like that.
Have to be uncomfortable, right? Because that's gonna let you know, right? Because either you're gonna fight or you're gonna stay there and fight. So get uncomfortable, and that allows you to improve yourself. So just because everybody goes to here or go whatever, you ain't gotta do that. Be uncomfortable. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. So my cousin, he's letting you know he's got something going on, and it's more than athletics. See, people out. So parents, it's more than athletics. Let me ask you this. So, what's the deadline? Do you got meeting times? What's going on with that?
That's a great question. So the first tournament that we're looking to attend is actually it's exactly a month from today. It's February 26th, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Um, I'm hoping to have a roster locked in at least 2 weeks before.
Mhm.
Um, Go to www.louisville828.com/athletics to sign up. Um, we'll have once that 2 week deadline gets here, and it's really not it's a soft deadline. It's not a hard deadline.
Right.
Once it gets here, as you sign up, we'll send out email communications as far as to where we'll meet and organize for practices and for leadership lessons. And let me tell you, like I said, when you sign up, you're not just signing up to go play 7-on-7 at these 4 different tournaments. We also ask for a commitment to attend at least um, three out of right now we have 4 planned leadership sessions and 4 separate topics. We want to make you better. It's not just about making you a better athlete for your school,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also about making you a better leader within your program and then within your community. So if you can get signed up um, 2 weeks prior to that event so that we can plan the logistics of at least that first event, it's greatly appreciated. A lot of folks that are familiar with the 7-on-7 circuit, what I'm asking for from these players and these families, it really ain't even enough to cover all of the logistics of it. So we're gonna fill in the gap through 828 Apparel. So I just ask for you to make a small investment. We'll bridge the gap on the rest. And if there's guys that are looking to get help and benefit, not just from the football aspect of it, but from the program, we'll continue to have signups all the way through the next year, to be
Right,
honest with you.
right.
So that's the logistics, that's the deadline, that's how you sign up, and that's what we're looking to do.
Make sure, hey guys, make sure you. We'll definitely be slicing and cutting and putting this out on all our social media. But hey, if you want to be a sponsor, help out with them. I'm pretty sure uh, Coach Bryson would definitely accept your call without a doubt. It takes a village. I know
That's
you.
right.
I know. No, it does. It does. He's letting you guys know because some of these calls, it's a big cost. So make sure, hey, if you're willing to go ahead and invest in this program, A28 Athletics, these youngsters to have a chance to go ahead and play and also get the leadership quality that they need to be great humans. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Leaderships, is it takes different forms. So make sure you go ahead and do that. And also, you know, it's a chance to give back to the community.
Absolutely. And even if you're and if you're a young coach or a young individual looking to get in the coaching industry, man, I'm all about paying it forward. I don't have a desire to ever be a head coach on the high school level, but there are many in Jefferson County, you know, before me that passed stuff down to me and gave me opportunities, and I'm all about doing the same thing. So this is also opportunity if there's any young men, individuals that are looking to get in the coaching game or looking to fine tune or build their resume. I'm willing to take on a mentorship role to help you guys to be able to do it. And this is another opportunity. I don't have the time during the season to be able to
Right.
invest it with into guys outside of our program. I will do it, but this is another opportunity, man, that if we can partner up and I love to pour into other young coaches, or not even young coaches. If you're a young person that's just looking to serve in this area as far as helping our youth and administration, you don't have a home or a place that you feel comfortable doing that today, then I'd love to be able to help water that vision for you as well.
Pay it forward. Pay it
Pay
forward.
it forward. That's it.
Big time.
That's
That's
it.
what you do.
Cheers to that.
Pay it forward.
Yeah, pay it forward.
That's what it's all about. All right. So, like I said, what I'm going to do is definitely slice and dice this. It's going to be on all our social media. This whole other interview section that we did on A28 Athletics. So, you're going to have opportunity to play it over and over again. I'm going to tag Bryson and all this kind of stuff, A28, the Pearl, all that. So, you'll know how to reach and understanding about the program that's starting up and rocking and rolling. And please do not let opportunity slip. Like I said, make yourself, it's okay to be uncomfortable. Make yourself, it's okay. So go ahead and take care of that. So, Bryson, while I got you on,
Uh
we
oh.
got to go ahead and get this rocking and rolling.
Oh man, it was.
Big time. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know how we do on the show, brother.
I already know,
We got
man.
all kinds of stuff real quick. And the thing about it, we're going to preview, you know what I'm saying, the games that's happening. We ain't going to talk about last week. Last
I
week.
know it. You and me though,
Hey,
but actually, I don't mind talking about last week. It is what it is.
hey,
It saved me a couple $1,000 because I was gonna go to Atlanta if we'd have won.
right, right, right. I know you was. I know you was.
I was on my way. I already had the tickets reserved. I said, Quante, I'm going with you or without you. I'm gone.
Right, right. And old boy was like, y'all gonna have to do something with them tickets. I was,
Yeah.
yeah, he's different. Everybody knows that. So, um, let's go and talk about this one first. This one
Oh,
is
what's going on?
the 3 o'clock game. This is 49ers versus the Eagles. Eagles is 2.5 point favorite. I'm kind of shocked that the points is only 2.5. But what's your thoughts on this, man? What's the key? Okay, let's do it this way. To you, what's the key for the 49ers to win this game?
Man, the key to the 49ers, man, is to be able to control the line of scrimmage. The Eagles, man, by far have the best offensive line in the NFL, and they control it. They make life easier on Jalen Hurts. And so the 49ers and their pass rush, and I believe they're the number one overall rated defense. They have to be able to
Mhm.
control the line of scrimmage, contain Jalen Hurts, but more than containing him, make him uncomfortable. And honestly, I think they have what it takes to do that. I think they have a slight advantage in the coaching area. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be difficult, man, because that Eagles offensive line is tough.
No, you're right. You're right. And I'm with you on this. My thought is with that 49ers, you have to make it ugly.
Yes,
It has to be a brawl.
agree.
It cannot be. And think about it now. This is funny to say this because Kyle Shanahan is a genius. But the problem is that this other side, they all come from the coaching same tree.
That's true.
Everybody knows.
That's a
So,
good
and he
point.
got better weapons.
That's a good point, Cuz.
I love Debo. You know, Ayak and all that, whatever, and McCaffrey. You know, that's great. That's cute. But these guys got better weapons. So you got to make this. Hey, what
Gotta
your
muck it
boy?
up.
Yeah, hey, what Brom say? A street fight between the whistles. You
Street
got,
fight between the
you,
whistles. I
you
said
got
a street fight between the whistles.
you. That's what it has to be. It cannot be cute because I don't think it's gonna ride that way. Because like you said, you hit something key. You have to control that line of scrimmage because them big boys on the other side is the best in the league.
Yeah.
That's why old boy keeps clean. You know, that's a difference. So you have to muck it up, and you're gonna have to say, Purdy, you got by the skin of your teeth, you know, barely got by. Whiskers, what you got barely got by last week. You cannot play like that. And the thing about it is, you're playing against, and people fail to realize you're playing against a better defense this
Hey,
week,
man, I disagree, man. I honestly,
bro.
statistically they might be better, but I thought y'all Dallas's defense, man, to me
You
was
know what separates it? They have better cornerbacks. Diggs was only by himself, and you do a double move on him, he's lost.
mhm,
I love. Don't get me wrong. I love Donovan Wilson. I think he's much underrated. We know Parsons,
yep,
but they led the team. Talking about Philly, they led the team in the season in sacks, the league in
mhm,
sacks. They front four is ridiculous. Like they don't have to blitz. They
yeah,
come at you that way.
that's
Then
true.
they got the dogs behind them linebackers. So my thing is overall, that defense is legit because their GM got it. I'm trying to win now. I'm not trying to wait. I'm trying to. He was bringing it, and the two when they got Joseph and when they got Dominican Sue to show
Yeah,
up the middle. Oh man,
yeah, yeah,
McCaffrey had a hard time running last week. He's not running next week. I mean,
yeah.
this week he's
He
not.
gonna have trouble. Plus, I don't
He's
think he's
going to
100
play
percent
receiver.
either.
He's going to play receiver, and he's not healthy.
Yeah.
He's not healthy, and that's the thing. What does the Eagles got to do to win this game?
Man, the Eagles got to just be them, man. Play within themselves. Jalen has to not get caught up in the stage and do more. We now remember, we've seen Jalen on some big stages where he couldn't finish it. Tua had to come in and bail him out at Alabama. I'm not saying this is
Right,
that.
right. You're
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But Jalen, to me has a hero complex, which
Okay,
is okay. You want that in your main guy. You know
right,
what I'm saying? But Jalen has to play within himself, not get rattled by the stage. And by rattled, I know he's not going to be nervous, but not try to do too much. Play within the system and let that great defense and that great offensive line be his catalyst to getting them to lead, make a game easy for him.
right. And you know what? I echo that sentiment because it's like, he heard the whispers. I mean, he was almost out. Let's put it this way: if they didn't make the coaching change and do all kinds of stuff, he'd be gone. Like this system it's like about three, McVay from the Rams. We got the 49ers. We have my man down out of Miami. We got here with the Eagles. You got my guy in Green Bay. Those system fits these quarterbacks. Like you don't got
Yep,
to be the best. They don't have the best quarterback. I
that's
mean,
right.
except for Aaron, he needs to retire. They got people who can do, and they know what they can do, and they take care of it. So I'm with you, brother. I think basically do not do anything to be a superhero. You got a running game. You got receivers galore. You got a tight end. You know what I'm saying? You got all that good stuff, and you picked up another tight end. I mean, they are equipped for this. They, to me, are equipped to play a Cincinnati, to play a Kansas City.
Man,
Because you got to, and their defense is solid enough that you're not, their defense is not Kansas City's defense.
yeah,
Bend don't break. No, 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 no. We're gonna make some plays. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. They're gonna go get it. You right. They
Yeah,
got dogs up there.
that's
Yeah, they aggressive.
that's
Yeah,
different. They come out. They may get burned or two, but you're gonna have to roll. But I say this: they're one of the few teams in the league. Talking about Philly, I can't stand Philly.
I
Just
know it.
love.
I know it.
So
I'm
this is the only
sorry.
time. No, this is the only time I can give them love. They're the only team I know that can play any style you want to play.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a. I agree with
That's
that 100.
scary. That's scary. Who you got on this, man? Let's go. Who you got?
Man, I'm going. I'm going with 49ers by 3.
Mm,
Niners by 3, man. I think Kyle Shanahan. I think he gets over the hump. I
he's
think he got
nice,
enough weapons, and he's found a quarterback that's, I won't say good enough, but reliable enough.
right?
And I think that defense, man. I'm going with Niners by 3.
I'm gonna ride with the Eagles. It hurts me, and not because like I said, I don't like them, and I definitely don't like 49ers. But my whole thing with it is that even though their coach can be an ass, we know that he can be an ass. Their coach for Philly,
Yeah.
but he just got so. I mean, when it's humming so well. Granted, they're playing against a tough defense. It's different. So he's gonna like the coach is gonna have to earn his salary because
Hmm.
San Fran is gonna take away a lot of stuff. But I do know if you can't get to Jalen, if you can't get to Jalen Hurts, it's gonna be a long day. Like
Yeah.
you didn't really get to Dak. Dak just is Dak. He's a garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jalen's
Yeah.
not gonna make those mistakes
You said
because
it. I didn't.
right, yeah, I've been saying it. But the thing about it is, Jalen's coaches are gonna put him in a situation where he's gonna have certain reads, and that's why I'm gonna rock and roll. So I'm gonna ride with them, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. To be honest, I think it's probably gonna look. I'm gonna ride with the Eagles. I'm gonna ride with the Eagles, 28-17.
Ooh,
28. I don't think it's gonna be close.
man.
To be honest, I don't. And that's real. It's close in a regular game, but I don't really think so. I think some of that snow's probably gonna happen. Some of that
Yeah.
and not.
Ooh, that's a good point too. I didn't even factor the weather
I
in,
mean,
man. That West
no.
Coast team coming out there. You're right.
Look,
That's a good
everybody
point.
ain't like Joey Buckets. Speaking of Joey Buckets, Bengals versus Chiefs. Chiefs is a
Oh,
1 point favorite. We know the home team gets. I know. So we know the home team gets at least 3 points or whatever. So what's the? I'm not even gonna let you go to the Bengals yet. What does the Chiefs need to do to win this game?
they need to pray, get their sage, they voodoo magic on that ankle.
Right, right,
Right now. Right now, they need the blessing. They need to get him to Bethesda, get him to the swirling pool, and get that ankle healed. That's what they need. Because without that, they don't stand a chance. I
right.
mean, the guy Bengals has been the one team that has owned Kansas
Kryptonite,
City.
right? Kryptonite.
They got the formula.
Yeah.
They've been the one team that can run with them offensively. And that 3-man rush, I mean, me as a defensive, I mean, I coach both sides of the ball,
Right,
but I started out on defense. What they do against the Chiefs blows my mind, man. And they confuse them, cause chaos. They'll
right,
8 up to the line, rush 3, drop the rest, and
right,
it gives
right.
me home fits.
Yeah, it
And
does.
they and that has to be the key, man. Kansas City has to get they got to get Mahomes back right, man. Because I tell you what, man, when I first saw that injury last week, I
Woo.
said, man, there's no way that guy's coming back. I'm surprised it's just a high ankle sprain, but I'm sure he went back in the locker room at halftime and got shot up. Yeah, he got that work. He got
Oh,
that
oh. Look, went in like 10 men came out. Was
Talk
Pop
about
watching?
walking normal. How you walking normal? You didn't have a leg a minute ago.
We
You
know what
came out
they
first
did,
one out the locker room.
didn't you? We know what they did. And that's
Yeah,
what it is. They got to that bone. There you go. You're good. And but you know what? That you hit it on the head. It revolves around him, and I want to apologize to the Kansas City fans because you got the guru of the guru, Andy Reid.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no difference with the quarterback. We done seen him with crappy quarterbacks. He's always winning 10 games. You know what I'm saying? At Philadelphia, it makes no difference with him. So
yeah.
I'm with you. I think he's gonna have to really. You know what? Don't even get. And this is strange, but because of that injury, don't even get in a shootout, man. Y'all need to control
No.
this game. Y'all need to
Yep.
control the
I agree.
clock. Take the possessions away from Joey Buckets. You have to.
I agree.
I've never seen somebody throw in the snow like it wasn't no snow out there.
Man, yeah, that was impressive. And they got the tools to do it. I mean, you got the best tight end in the game. You got, man, that back, man. And well,
Yeah,
Cincinnati had a good back too, man. That
yeah,
guy,
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah,
forget
yeah.
how to pronounce his name. That was my first time really seeing him. But
Talking about
man, he
Nixon,
not no or Mixon was good.
P.
Yeah,
Ron,
Mixon,
P.
but
Ron.
the guy from Kansas City, what was his name? He was like
Oh,
a 6th round draft pick.
Pacino, whatever.
Yeah, man, that
Yeah, he
kid.
came from like Ole Miss or Mississippi State, one of them colleges.
Yeah, that kid was
He's
tough,
nice.
man.
He's nice. He's nice.
So I
Sprinkle him
mean,
and McKinnon. Yeah, McKinnon
that's
in there.
right.
You're gonna have to do. You have to control it. You're gonna have to really control it. And I know they like to go fast break and all this kind of stuff, but I just think that you just can't. You have to take possessions away from Joey Buckets. If you
Got to.
don't, then you're gonna see something. And thing about it is, as we switch to the Bengals side, Bengals is not scared. They own
They
you.
not. Why should they be?
They
Yeah, you're right.
own
They
you.
own them. Yep.
They own you. They don't want to last what 3, 4 times, whatever. And they come. They don't. They're not even scared. They was like, hold on, we want to crash the Bills party because y'all not going to Atlanta, and we're going to
Yep.
go back to our second home. I heard somebody call it Burrowhead.
Hey, it should be. Like you said, he owns them right now, and I'm rooting for him honestly, man.
Right, right.
I really am, man. How can you not, man? They're dynamic. They're young. They're flashy. Joe Barrow, man, has inklings. He gives you Tom Brady vibes, but with a little with more swag.
Right.
You feel me? Remember after they won the LSU, he lit up the
Yeah,
stogie and the
Stogie. He was
and
one too.
the,
Yeah, he's that type of guy. He's
yeah,
that type of guy. If someone said I don't like him, something's wrong with you, man. You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Because that's the same swagger and all that kind of stuff, and Aaron Rodgers and all them had talking cash and all this. But this dude is doing it at an early age,
Yeah,
and this is set. You know what? This is setting up real, real nice for them because that's one team that took it on the chin beginning of the season. Had a lot of injuries, still has injuries, but that system Zach's running, and you have the you get if you win this game and you win the Super Bowl, man, you got to put him 1B right behind Mahomes.
absolutely. Right now, I mean, the AFC from the quarterback perspective is loaded. I
Yes, sir.
mean, and it has been.
Yes, sir.
Mahomes, Allen,
Yes.
and Burrow is gonna run. And if the Ravens would put something around our boy,
Right, right.
he would be up there too. Which what do you do with Lamar? If I'm Lamar, what do you
Well,
do?
I'm glad they got rid of the offensive coordinator. He,
Yes.
so let's see what you're gonna do. So now it's got to be hardball. What you gonna do? Are you
Yeah.
gonna commit to passing? Because the crazy thing is this: it's almost like you didn't look at college tapes, and we know college is different. He played for a pro style coach.
Yeah.
Dude knows. And think about it: if you got this guy as a bigger threat to throw than run, what you think he's gonna do when he take off outside the pocket? When
Yeah.
everybody's backs turned to him and he's already past them. It's
That's
common
crazy.
sense, man.
I
Everybody
told
think they so smart in the league, and all you gotta do is just do the simple things. Put this. Why do you think? Okay, for instance. Okay, real quick before we do this, who you got? Chiefs or Bengals?
you, man. I got the Bengals. I got the Bengals. I think it'll be a similar game to last week, man. I
Mhm.
think it'll be cold, might even get snow.
Right.
I'm thinking 24, 21, Bengals. too much firepower, enough defense. I don't anticipate Patrick Mahomes to be 100% unless they. Well, I'm sure they're gonna have him
Oh,
ready to go,
he's gonna be
ready
juiced.
to go.
He'll
He
be
gonna
juiced. He'll be juiced until it wears out in the second half, and then all the
right.
fixes are coming. And I like that. I'm riding with the Bengals. I think it's gonna be 28-20. I just think that, like I said, I think that juice is going to run out, and I think they're going to pressure him. They're going to get after him. They know the system. They know everything. They're not scared. They want to go. And the scary thing is for anybody on the NFC side, Bengals come in there, dude. They already been to the Super Bowl, so they used to the interviews and all this kind of stuff. So I'm riding with them real, like you said. But back to something that you brought up real quick before we get off tonight, the Lamar Jackson thing in the offense. Why do you think that Justin Fields looks good? Because that offense allows him to be able to pass, and when it breaks down, nobody's accounting for him, and he's gone.
I
Put
agree
my
with you.
man, and think about it, Justin Fields. I love from Justin Fields. He don't have no weapons either, but he's in a total different system and he's got great running backs, Montgomery thing. But you're not saying that he's getting ready to do the read out your pass and all this kind of stuff. Dude's in a system where okay, he can fling it, even though we know he ain't got no receivers. Really, Lamar, you put him in there, dude. You think it's wishbone offense. You
Mhm.
offense coordinator, defense coordinator, all this kind of stuff. I just think that he will look totally different in a pro style offense. Not saying that he's going to hit everything. We know that. That's something that he needs to work on. But I just think those wheels, now, he's been dinged up the past 2 years, so how much will he want to do it? But I just think those wheels are going to look a little different when he's able to go ahead and break that pocket and take off 50 yards.
Yeah, I agree, man. If you remember Lamar's last year at U of L, um, Bobby Petrino made a an intentional switch to make Lamar more of a pro style quarterback. He didn't have as many design runs
Right,
that last year as he did the previous year, and so a lot of Lamar's big runs are exactly what you described. It would be instances where he dropped back. Teams were either in coverage, especially if you get in any type of man or two man where the DBs are in man and their backs are turned to the quarterback. Lamar would go through his progression and then run. He would hang in the pocket a lot more,
right,
and you do see Fields getting the benefit of that. You also see that Fields getting the benefit of. Although his coaching hasn't been the greatest, he didn't come right in. He didn't come right in and start right at the gate.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And whereas Lamar, he came right in and he didn't start out right out the gate either because
right, right,
Flacco had the job. He got it. But when Lamar came in, he was so electric, that everybody knew as soon as he came in, this everything had to be geared around him.
right.
So teams came in game planning for him. And it started happening at the end of the season for Fields, but when Fields first got his chance, teams weren't really game planning for
Not at
Fields.
all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Totally different.
yeah.
Totally different. Big time.
So
You're right. And he has no weapons besides Montgomery and the other back. You know what I'm saying? I like Mooney and things like that, but hell, you third receiver. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else's offense. And so my thing is this: if you want to do right, go ahead and do that. And then if you don't, let that man go to Miami, go to somewhere where he can go ahead and really shine. Because believe me, these coaches that we talked about tonight, you think they wouldn't want
Oh
Mark
man, if you had a
Jackson?
weapon like that with a Tyreek and Jawado or wherever, man, come on now. Or shit. Excuse my language, kid
You
friendly.
good? No, you good.
Okay, good, good, good. I mean, you do a Dak Lamar trade
Right.
and pair him up with a
Easy.
CD.
Easy.
You know
Easy.
what I'm saying?
I mean, my man at Green Bay would be like, go ahead and go, bro. I got all the plays right here for you. You know what I'm saying? I
Absolutely.
mean, those coaches know, like, oh man, I'm doing this with Purdy. I'm doing this with, you know what I'm saying? I did this with Tua, who people were trying to run up out of there. You know what I'm saying? I got an agent, Rogers. Like, man, it's so many teams like, yeah, y'all go ahead and let that slip. We own that, bro. We own it. So my thing is this: if you Lamar, do you even try to sign something with them, bro? Like to me, if I can't, and I hate to say this, and I don't want to give people too much power, but if I can't pick my office court, or have, I ain't gonna say pick, if I can't have a say, like this is the kind of style y'all know. Dude, y'all trying to kill me. I'm
Hey,
getting
now
dinged up.
you give me 200 million guarantee, I go play for Ron Cooper. Hey, hey boy, you let Ron Cooper call this offense. You can bring back Craig though for 200 million guarantee.
He does what they guarantee. Same way. because because the Browns, they Browns did brown things. That's what Browns do. They do brown things. And their fan base is the first one talking cash. And come on,
Yeah.
y'all do brown things.
What
Y'all ain't
about
got
Lamar
the
at
guy.
the Jets though, man? How sexy would that look? And I'm a Bills fan. I don't even like this. How sexy would that look, Lamar at the Jets, bro?
They just got Hackett as the offensive coordinator.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, he just today he just decided he's gonna go there. So they can make a push, and plus that defense is gonna be tough. All this
Yeah,
kind of stuff like that. I'm just saying, I know he's in your division, man, but if I'm Miami and he's from Miami,
go get him.
now one Louisville quarterback has not worked out, and it's probably on his way up out of there.
Yeah, Teddy.
Two gloves,
Nah,
Teddy two gloves.
Teddy two gloves. He's a formidable backup. But yeah, you right, man. Teddy been injured. But I tell you this, man. Before we talk about Teddy, if I'm Baltimore Ravens, and I know it's his well, anything's possible with this guy. If I'm Baltimore, I go get Bobby Petrino from Texas A&M, make him my offensive coordinator. If
Somebody
I'm
he's used
Baltimore,
to. No, that's smart.
yep,
That's
yep,
smart. We know Bobby will leave a place in a heartbeat. I ain't coach nowhere. I'm gone. Like
you
he just
right.
did it. You know what I'm saying? So
he
why
was
not
at
do it?
he was at UNLV for a whole 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Boy,
I'm gone. What? Come on. He'll leave in a heartbeat. You go get him. No, you're right.
I go get that
Somebody,
guy, dog. You
yeah,
want to
yeah.
talk about?
Linehan.
Man,
You remember when
yep.
Linehan was here coaching at Louisville?
Got Linehan.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
yeah.
right.
Get somebody who knows who's gonna be able to use him. Like you have to make a splash. You have to make a splash, big time. Hell, you should tell Kentucky, no, you got Cohen. No, come on here, let's coach her because you like to do all that stuff too, going
Yeah,
around and things. But you have to have the pieces.
got to.
If you don't have the piece, you don't. Let's get
And
out.
that
Let's end it on this one. Um, what about? Let me switch it to a regular. I'm gonna bring you on this one because we gonna talk about NFL. Let me bring you on this one. What do you think? What's the outlook for Louisville football? What's going
man,
on with
I'm
Braun?
so yeah, the Brown Bombers. I'm so excited, man. About Louisville football. I was listening to 93.9. They need to send you a couple dollars because I'm gonna give them a plug. And
Louisville Sports Report.
yeah, man, they had a guy. I don't remember the guy's name, man, but the guy went around and ranked different coaches. He wasn't a coach's search, man, and he said, I heard the guy say that Brown was a NCAA championship level coach,
Hmm.
and um, in comparison to all the other coaches in the market, and there were others as well. He's like, it's a slam dunk. Came in, and I mean, that's high praise. I hope it's right, but I'm excited about Louisville football, man. I think we got the right guy. I think not only if you see what Brown was able to do in Purdue, and if you follow recruiting, how many 5 stars or big name recruits did you see him
Uh,
have up at Purdue? Besides Rondale and maybe a
right.
couple of other guys from Indianapolis, he was able to produce with less. And so I'm confident that the University of Louisville has more to be able to attract better talent. And I think it's evident in this first recruiting class he's had. He's been able to retain some great talent. He's been able to pick up guys a lot easier than what he was able to pick them up at Purdue. And
Right.
so I think when you give a good coach more tools, you're going to see nothing but success. The ACC is, it's traditionally been obviously dominated by Clemson. Wake had their splash in the pan. NC State's all right every now and then. But it's not what he was in. He's not facing Ohio States and Penn States.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Down
I
a down
mean,
ACC. A down
yeah,
ACC. Clemson is gonna bounce back, but would they ever bounce back to that level that they did? Sometimes you don't. You're absolutely right. To me,
So
I want to say this: what we've been seeing the past week or so, which has been great. You've been seeing him offering a lot of the local talent a preferred walk on,
yep,
and that's how you build programs. These kiddos could go other places, and it may not be D1, but you build that foundation, right?
that's right.
And he knows, hey, if my practice players and different people are gonna be this, why not get some guys who can get scholarships other places and rock and roll? Like and also you showing love to the city. See, you may not go ahead and give everybody a full ride, but we see you, Bryson. We see you. We know that probably in a year or two you probably can get that scholarship. But we
That's
want you to
right.
be part of us. Don't go there. Come here and let us foster you and get you into the program. We know the portals open, everything like that. I love that that's happening, and I love that I'm seeing pictures of him in the schools that you never saw Satterfield, Petrino, and all that stuff. He's actually him and his staff is actually going to schools and talking to people.
That's right.
That's kind
And
of
what's
odd
fun,
to even say that. That's kind of
yeah,
sad.
and what's funny is, even when my days at Butler, um, you know, Brom he's always been like that. Even when he was at Purdue, he would come
Right,
around. And believe it or not, Sat and his guys, they came around too.
right, okay,
But I will give Brom a little, or Sat a little more credit than what he's been getting.
okay,
He personally didn't come around. He sent his guys, the Mark Ivies, and
right, 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 right.
they Louisville came. You didn't
Yes,
see Satterfield as much. The
right.
difference is
But the
Brom
staff,
shows up himself,
right,
and he does recruit local. But I mean, you're right, man, and he's gonna recruit the city hard
right.
and the surrounding areas hard, and
And
he takes.
like I said, Bryson, even if you don't offer me, but you offer me a chance to be a part of the program,
That's right.
and we're gonna give you all kinds of Pell grants and stuff like that, where you ain't gonna be paying nothing anyway. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
gonna get all that stuff. You're gonna be tighten on that. You got the GPA. You're gonna be good. He's going, all that. Like this to see the different things like that. That you looking, you showing. Like you said, Ivy and him, and I love Ivy because he's I love it.
Yeah. I
Hey,
saw him at hoops a couple weeks ago.
okay,
Him and Ron English.
and I'm glad that they retained him.
Yeah,
Right?
me too,
Because
man.
that's good stuff. You see good people, you keep good people, and you rock and roll. And I would say this: that offense is going to be ridiculous, ridiculous. Man, dude, like you said, if you watch Purdue game, besides Monell Moore and my man from Cal and different stuff like that, their offense you didn't know none of them. You know what I'm saying?
Except
And
the
they wasn't
quarterback.
high ranked stuff like that, but he player development. He knows how
Yep.
to do that. Right?
Yep.
And that's a difference, man. You didn't see and then he's not gonna be stubborn. I'm very constantly worrying on the first down, second down, and I know, man. He's like, dude, I'm throwing the ball to open up the run,
Yep.
kind of like how John L did
Yep.
with Leroy Collins. Everybody forgot
Yep.
about Leroy Collins.
Ooh, you saying the name right? We
Leroy
were playing
Collins
him
got
on the
1,000 yards, like,
NCAA.
bro,
Oh,
was
26.
gone.
Yeah.
Spread
Yep.
options. Hey, that offense was spread so open that they handed him. He's out of there, bro. That's Leroy Collins won't even get his due like
You a
he
real
should
Cardinal
get.
fan if you know who Leroy Collins is, boy. Good Lord. You a Cardinal fan for real, boy. You a Cardinal junkie if you can say Leroy Collins and know who you talking about, boy. You a real
Boy,
Cardinal fan.
hey, boy, man, I used to love that, bro. Like, bro, he's gone, man. He's nice, bro.
Yeah, he was tough, man. We've had some tough
We had
backs and some
tough,
and some and some
tough ones,
some
right?
some tough quarterbacks too,
Yeah,
man.
we don't have
Yeah.
people. Last one, I promise you. We since I know you're a junkie of sports, it's definitely Louisville basketball.
Oh Lord.
What what
Yeah.
what? Give us your view on this and your outlook as far as the next
Let,
year type stuff.
let me start off by saying, man, as painful as it's being, and my wife can attest to this, I have watched every single game and almost every single minute of every game, with a few exceptions due to some conflicts in schedule. Man, I want Kenny to work. I think Kenny can work. I think he can. I really do. I think Kenny miscalculated some steps in the beginning as far as roster construction and his confidence in what he can do coming out the gate and changing these guys. I think we've seen the majority of the nucleus of these guys. They are who they are. They are who they are. You're not gonna change Jalen Withers. Jalen Withers is who he is. You're not gonna. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, um, most of these guys, they are who they are. The one player that he has developed the hell out of and built his confidence, in my opinion, is JJ.
You think JJ?
I think JJ, Mike James too, but we don't know where Mike James was before he was hurt last year, and
Right.
he's developed along the course of the year. But man, I see a more confident JJ. Chris Mack almost destroyed JJ's
Oh, he
confidence,
crushed
bro.
him. He crushed him.
Yeah,
He crushed him.
yeah, man. JJ, in my opinion,
Mhm.
JJ has been the guy that's benefited the most from Kenny. But you know, it's tough, man. You can't be mad at some of the fans that are giving him a hard time because this is Louisville basketball,
True.
and two and whatever should never be acceptable. So you can't
Right.
fault the fans, even though it gets on my. I can't even go on Twitter no more when Louisville play. I don't even do it, bro. I don't even do it to my health. I want to see Kenny be successful. I've seen worse coaches,
Oh yeah.
especially worse coaches of the opposite race get more leverage than this guy.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to make it about that. And it ain't about
Right.
that. At the
Right.
end of the day, I think he got the tools. You see, they went up in Boston and practiced today. They got a good commitment today from a JUCO kid that I don't know a lot about, but his stats seem to check all the boxes. If he can get his guys in there, and let's kill the. And I'm a football guy, obviously, but I know enough about coaching to know that dude's running some offense. For these clowns out here saying that Kenny Payne ain't running no sets, and oh my God, what are you watching? I see him running plays.
Right.
It's
Right.
just
Right.
that
Yeah.
you
He
can't help.
ain't throwing the ball out there saying, "Go ahead and go up and down here." No.
Yeah, he's running some good offense, man, but you can't help a dude throwing a ball off their foot and off the back of. Good God Almighty, dog. I see they be do the
Let me tell you
goofiest
this, bro. I've never seen so many unforced turnovers in my life. But
ever.
also, I understand you want to play positionless basketball. I'm okay with a 6'9", 6'10" dude out there on the wing and doing what he got to do. But he's got to possess the skills. And I think like he's trying to make Jalen Withers into that. Every time Jalen Withers go behind his back, it's a turnover. Like
It's been
when
that. It's been that since he was a freshman.
yes, yes. So, and it hasn't changed. So he
And
ain't
he
worked on it.
ain't.
He can't. It ain't in him. It's done. Like if you ain't worked on that, you on a college level at Louisville, and you can't do that, and you got unforced turnover always dribbling off your foot. That's who you are. Understandable. If you get him somebody to penetrate and dish to him, and he can just spot up, shoot, jumper, he'll knock that down. That's what he does. But as far as you giving him the free reign to create his own, he cannot do that. I think the thing about it is, I'm more in. I'm more not embarrassed. I'm more kind of sad that Curry comes in the season out of shape.
Ah,
How you not in
that
shape,
was
bro?
my most disappointed thing,
Because you're
bro.
supposed
Like
to be a
on
bucket
everything,
getter.
bro.
You supposed to when the offense is going stagnant, throw it down to him, let him go do his thing. You can't even do
Disappointed.
that.
Disappointed. He's been honestly, he's been my biggest disappointment. I saw that dude at the Derby, man. He was all hype. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We doing it. Ooh.
Right.
I said, man, oh my God, it's been disappointing. And then Payne, obviously, he got a great track record with bigs from what he's done with guys like Julius Randle
Right. Right.
and
Right.
Anthony Davis. I just thought we would get so much more. But you're right, man. For him to come out of shape and it's sometimes just to be lost and just seem like
Disinterest. Disinterest.
he's a
Let's
space cadet.
Yeah, let's call it. Let's call it. When we have more dead ball turnovers, our turnovers period that goes the other way, even on dead balls, because we too busy like, oh man, I can't believe, dude, you are a turnover prone team. Get your butt
Yeah.
back. I've never seen a team don't even play defense. No, like it comes a time to play, have pride, and also when does it come time to play these freshmen and say, hey man, dude, we're 2-18, 2-19. Go young bucks. Because my thing is this: we understand that transfer portal is part of the game, you're not even liable to keep. You don't know if you're keeping all these dudes, even though
Yeah,
you may not want them, but you might want a Mike James. Who not say Mike James don't go down to Florida, where he's from.
absolutely,
Fabio
absolutely.
go back down to Florida. Maybe he's going to be a good one. Reed down to LSU, whatever. Like, dude, you're not even playing some of these guys, and I'm thinking if you say Bryson made a mistake in practice and blah blah blah, but you're gonna let my man get 5 turnovers out here and don't play a lick of defense.
Yeah. What do
That
you
don't
got
make
to lose at
sense
this
to
point? You play for the future. You might as well start developing them young guys. That's funny. I was talking to a head coach actually earlier today at a very high school head coach at a very prominent program, and he was talking about the amount of underclassmen that he had in this program, and you know, it's unfortunately it's sad, but it's true. When your upperclassmen ain't cutting it, to be frank, it comes to a point where you say, hey, we just got to invest in the future, man, and
I'm
start getting
done.
these young guys ready.
I'm
You know,
done. Yeah.
and sometimes what's best for the program, man. And you're right. That's a good call out, man. We might be past that time.
Yeah.
Ain't no might. We are past
I
that
think we
time.
passed that time. I think we passed that time. And my thing is this: I don't know what was promised. I don't know what's going on and what happened. But there's no reason why Fabio and Reed and hell play the new guy that you got. Because when I'm seeing, well, he's the most energetic, or but then that's a problem. That's a real
Yeah.
problem. And I'm gonna utilize this guy because somebody said, well, do you want to burn him for like 15 games? Hell yeah, I do. Because if he's any good, he's gone anyway. You're not gonna
That's
benefit him
right.
regardless. So yeah,
That's right.
why bring somebody in here this to say and store him, and then you're gonna look like how Kentucky did when they used to bring dude and they gone. Play this man, let him play, get Fabio out there, and really, you really doing to me. You doing what Rick did with Taekwon Dean as far as
Mhm.
with L Ellis. L Ellis is the undersized too. He's a scoring guard. He's
Yep.
not a point guard. Put Fabio out there. Let
Let
Miller
him get off the ball.
let him get off the ball. Bring Hershey Miller to relieve. Give him let him get 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever. Let my man really eat. Take that out of him because he would never, ever be an NBA point guard.
I agree. I
Ever.
agree 100%.
So, hey, man, let's get off. We've been on here too long. Let everybody knows where to find you, where to go ahead and get the information for the 828 athletics and all that good stuff, brother.
www.louisville828.com/athletics. 2023, we coming back. We bringing sports. We bringing leadership sessions. We coming hard, man, for the kids, for the city, for the people, man. Love you, appreciate you, cuz, man. Like always, man. Hardest working man in show business, especially
Hey,
locally
man.
around here.
I love you, man. Hey, I'll get with you though.
For
God
sure.
bless.
God bless. Same thing.
Hey, sorry we ran late, but when you got somebody who can rock and roll, that's what we do. Hey, good night, guys. Thank you for a great show. Thank you, Jack, for joining us. Thank you, Bryson, for joining. Good night.
Mark and Will. Yeah. What you know about them Bulldogs and them Panthers? Legacy. That's right. Legacy. That's right. Legacy. That's right. Legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Mel and PIP's in on this legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Mark and Will locked in on this legacy. Get your popcorn, I know you need this medicine. Let's go.